Hey guys, what's up? It's the Crazy Dev here, back with another video. Yeah, so first I want to apologize. I posted the last one 7 months ago. I didn't realize it's been that long. I've just been doing a lot of stuff. Next to that, yeah, let me just try to this. Okay, so first things first, I want to first off make this better and neater, because there's a few things in here that did were completely pointless. And then we're going to also show you guys how to be able to save chunks you load and be able to load those in, which will also eventually allow you to do scrolling with your things. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Okay, so first things first, let's neaten this up and fix it. So first thing, let's just come down here to our row gen height. Now, if you don't have any of this code here, go watch my last video, explained how to code all this, and I explained what everything does here. First things first, so go to your row gen with the height custom block, come down the bottom, and I don't know who, but somebody pointed this out in my last video. I used a repeat one here, which is completely pointless. So I'm just gonna get rid of this repeat one and just do it like that. So yeah, it is completely pointless. There's no point of doing a repeat one there, so remove that. Now, one more thing I did, I created a whole new custom block just so I can repeat this block, which is it's pointless. So what we can do instead is just come to edit here, and we can just add one more input called x rows, and we can just basically let's see, yeah, we can just straight up come like this. Let me think here. Okay, so what we can do is we can grab this repeat x rows from up here, or just grab a repeat. I'll just get rid of this whole terrain generate thing. Here, let's delete this terrain generate. Okay, hold on. Okay, so yeah, it's just straight up delete the terrain generate block. It's completely pointless. There's no point in that. Okay, so now let's grab a repeat here and put it around this whole define thing, and we're going to define a repeat x rows. And let's see here. What else? I don't think this will work automatically. So what we'll do is, instead of doing height here, we can remove this height block. And what we can do is we can create a variable. I don't know why these variables are here. Just delete these. Create a variable. What is this? Okay, whatever. So make a variable, and we're going to call it height. You can set it to this for this spread only, because don't really need it for anything else. So we're going to repeat height. So what we can do here is we can go set. Each time we repeat x rows, we can go, we're going to set height above the show. We're going to set height equal to pick random between our height, which, well, for me, I think is 6 and 7. And now we should just be able to run just this row gen. We can enter in how many rows we want. And it's not working. Oh yeah, because I got to get rid of this height and this repeat right here at the very top. Row gen is repeat height -3. And we're going to actually replace that with height for our variable. Now we can just click the screen flag, and we got terrain generation again. So yeah, boom. That extra custom block was completely pointless, and that will probably save some processing, I guess, because lots of times if you have tons of custom blocks, your projects start to get laggy. So that'll definitely help you. Shrink this down. So yeah, that helps a lot. So with that gone, we can begin working on the loading and saving. Okay, so first things first, let's go to variables here and come to our make a list button, and let's create a list called terrain. You can do for all sprites. You might want to be able to access this, so yeah. But what we're going to do is go terrain, and what we're going to do is we're going to use a method of storing our x and y, basically just storing values, or like multiple values inside of one variable or value type thing. So basically, let me show you what we do. So what we do, okay, so to store, let's say we store our x position and y position in one variable. Okay, so like let's say we want to just be able to access one variable and get all these. Now, sadly, Scratch doesn't have vector 2s or vector 3s. If you don't know what that is, it's fine. But basically, we can't, like, so if we try, even if that, okay, we can just join these together and just set that equal to, but X position. So it's bam, like that. So bam, now we have 241, 160, 0. And what we can do is you can just grab 1, 2, and 3 for X position. Well, the problem is, let's say our variable here, or our block, goes to 2, or let's say like a 2-digit number. Yeah, let's say, okay, so we have a 2-digit X and 3-digit Y. Well, now it's this. So we'd have to grab the first 2 numbers of this to grab our X. But if all of a sudden now I'm 3 digits, now we also got to grab the 3. So you never know. So what we do is when we add these together, we add 500 to them. Or whatever value. Depending on how big your X position or value might get, you're going to add that much. So add 500. And as you can see now, and then when we need our X position, we can now always grab the 1, 3. Because being that Scratch is fencing and you can't get off the screen, your X and Y will never be greater than 3. So if we set it equal to 500, all we have to do is subtract 500, and then bam, we instantly get our X position, no matter where we are. So this is how we store it. And then we just need to grab the first 3 letters in the 6th, 7th, and 8th numbers for our Y position. So that's how we store values in one variable. So that's the method we're using. I just thought I'd explain this because I use this a ton. This is also especially handy for online multiplayer. So yeah. Okay, so first things first. We can actually, I'll get rid of this so we can restart. So let's grab my variables. Come to variables here, and let's grab an add thing to terrain, okay? And we're going to come over here, and we're going to go grab a join. We're going to grab 2 of them, actually, and we're going to put a join inside of a join. Because what we need to be able to grab is when we generate our terrain, or loader terrain, we need to know what costumes where, which X and Y position is where. And we need to regenerate that terrain, because that's the only thing that's really changing. We don't have any other type of stuff that changes varying on their stuff. So, so here we're just going to send over or make our X and Y costume data, I guess. So inside of this first join, we're going to go join X position plus 500. And you can actually duplicate this like twice, because we're going to need to send over stuff. So, and then the second one, go Y position. So basically, we're going to join X position plus 500 with Y position plus 500 with our costume number plus 500. And then put this inside of our add thing to terrain. So now we have a block that'll add our positions and costume numbers inside of one thing over. So now what we can do is here, every time we create a clone myself, when we originally generate this terrain, we can just go like this. Now, you could actually completely remove the create clones of myself, which we'll actually do that because that'll be a lot easier for testing. So we're going to remove these create clones of myself and put this change Y back in. Bam. Change Y. And create clone myself here. We're going to remove that. And bam. So what we need to do now is just duplicate this 3 times inside of our repeat height up here, okay? Where we removed all the clones, we need to add in our position. Or add in this block. So bam. Now make sure to put it above before we change Y in all of these, or else we'll get the wrong position on each one. So come here to this one, put above change Y, and then repeat 2, and then come above this change Y by 32, and place it there. Nice. Okay. So now we have that. Now, if you pull up our list here, also one more thing, make sure to delete all of terrain when we call rowgen. So now, if I pull up terrain, if I pull up terrain, as you see, as I click this thing's changing. Now, obviously, the top few variables aren't really changing because those will always probably be the same, like same type of numbers and stuff. But as you can see, if you look at the length right here, you can see that it's changing as we click this. So basically, we're generating new terrain each time we click this button, which is absolutely sick. I'm also going to grab this go to thing because our character's not going to start the right place. So we go bam. So we can remove this whole green that from the green file clicked. If you wanted to make this even better, you could create some extra inputs in here for your starting exposition to generate the terrain and then add them to this go to. But for now, I'm just going to have it so I always generate it there. Okay, so now we have this where we can generate terrain every time we call this road gen. Not that one. Like so, which is really cool. But as you can see, we don't have any terrain. We can't see anything. There's just values. So what we need to do now is basically go into this list and grab our position, our X position, Y position, and costume. Go to that position and then swap to that costume and create a clone. So we'll go like this. So we'll create a new block. Create a new block and call it load terrain. And I don't think we need any inputs, but do make it run without screen refresh. Unless you want like a loading type of terrain, but that'd take ages. Okay, so with our load terrain here, we need to go like this. So first things first, let's grab a repeat. So let's grab a repeat, and we're going to repeat the length of our terrain. Repeat length of terrain, so we can basically loop through every single item in terrain. And what we'll do now is we'll go. Let's see here. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll go set x2. And what we'll do is we'll set x equal. Okay, now this block's going to get kind of long here. We're going to grab two joins, grab two joins so we can join three items together, and grab 3 letters of, and insert them in each of these join apples, or bananas, whatever ones. So you should have join letter 1 of apple, join, so join letter 1 of apple, with a join letter 1 of apple, to join it with a letter 1 of apple. So basically, this will give us 3 A's if you didn't change any of these values. Or 3, I don't know. Anyways, what we'll do now is instead of apple, we're going to give item 1 of terrain. Okay? And what we need to do is grab letter 1, letter 2, and letter 3 of terrain. As you can see, this should give us the value. So if we pull up terrain here, it gives us 273. Now, so 273. Now, we can't just grab this data automatically. This is not our X position, because remember we added 500, so our X position will constantly be a 3-digit value. We need to subtract 500 from it. So by subtracting 500 from it, it gives us our X position, which is negative 224. So now we can actually duplicate this 3 times, because we're going to grab our Y and our costume number. And I'm going to search this in set X2, and then I'm going to need to grab a set Y. Set Y, and then insert another one in, and then we're going to go, switch costume to, and then put this one inside of that. And now, if we come here, okay, we need to change this letter, okay, or in the set Y, sorry. In the set Y, we need to change this to letter 4, 5, and 6, or whatever order you made this. So right here, we put the X position, Y position, then costume number, and you need to do it in that order on here, so. And we added 500. Now, if you did like turbo warp or something, your X position could get greater than like 3-digit values. You're gonna have to add like 1,000 or 5,000. So yeah. If you guys want me making a whole video on explaining just these, because these things are super handy, let me know in the comments. But we're gonna repeat climb this terrain, whatever. And what we need to do is once we do all this, one more thing with this terrain down here. We need to grab, so for the costume, we need to grab letters 7, 8, and 9. There we go. So now our character will go to the X and Y and switch our costume to the right costume. Then we need to create a clone of myself. Nice. And we can also make a message here. So each sentence runs broadcast clear. So grab a broadcast and make it a clear. So we'll broadcast clear. And when I receive clear, delete this clone. So basically, we'll clear all of the clones when we run this, just in case we have already ran some load terrain or whatever. Now, one more thing we can do is we can or not one more thing, but we have to do this. We need to delete item 1 of terrain. So now, okay, now this should automatically work. So if let's come over here, grab row gen, generate some new terrain, then grab load terrain, click it, and we forgot to do one thing. Now there is clones right here, but you can't see them because we forgot at the end of this code, we hide our character, or our terrain generator. So what we need to do is we just need to make it so we show when we start this and hide when we end. So now if we generate some terrain here, so generate some new terrain, load that terrain, and boom, we've generated terrain. Now the one thing with what we currently have is all your terrain gets deleted. Now that's an easy fix. You could just leave it like this. I didn't put this in yet because I didn't know if you guys want it to delete your terrain or your whole terrain list, so you can never generate it again. It's fine, but you could. All you really need to do is just go add before this delete one of terrain. So you'll create clone myself, and we're gonna add item 1 of terrain to terrain, and then we delete item 1 of terrain. So now if you go row gen, load terrain, as you can see, this didn't change. So I'll generate some new terrain, hit load, so it's 99. And if I load the terrain, we're going to get new terrain, yet the length of our list is going to stay at 99. And you can watch this top value and see that it doesn't change. So as you can see, we can generate new terrain, and it allows us to generate new terrain while keeping this terrain list. So that's awesome. And then ultimately, you could make this for a saving system. All you'd have to do is like divide it. Basically, you could save your whole terrain list. And then when you come back to save it, you could just divide each item by 9. I'll make more videos on that. But anyways, guys, that's really all for this thing. It's pretty simple, not too long, even though my video is about 16 minutes. Yeah, I don't know, it's pretty easy and it's very handy. This is, again, very nice. And again, if you just want to make it like how you used to, you can just run the row gen and load terrain together. So yeah, but anyways, that's it. That's pretty simple. If you guys have any questions about the thing, or if I was going too fast, let me know in the comments down below. And if you guys have any more stuff you want me to do with this terrain generator, let me know in the comments, because I'd be happy to answer them. But yeah, that's all for this video. I'll see you guys next time.